So this starts the whole like awkward beginning when it comes to starting a podcast. It's pretty funny. Normally, for a couple of minutes, we're in a Rio, and then it's like that awkward stare I'm giving into the camera because I don't know when the podcast is starting. There's a little, there's a little loading screen, and apparently the podcast has started live on YouTube before the loading screen even finishes. So I'm like looking at the loading screen, and next thing I know, the YouTube screen pops up, and it's been recording everything for like the past couple of minutes. So we are waiting on the co-host, Rio the God himself, to join us. While we wait, let's see. No, the Bucks and the Celtics are playing right now. 52 to 48. Let me pull that up. Pull up. Mhm. Mhm. Let me do that. I want to look at this. I want to pay a little bit more close attention. Rio said he is on the way. Who's the other person? Oh yeah. Pull this bad boy up. Smack the mess out of that.
Yo,
Rio.
what's up, bro?
Not much, man. How you doing?
I'm all right, brother. How you doing? So ain't you working?
Now I was just looking up some stuff. I was just looking up some stuff. By any chance, have you seen that that story Tariq Cohen put out?
I have. I've seen a lot of people sharing it, but I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah,
Have you read it yet?
yeah, I read it. It was pretty long, but it was pretty good, man. It's pretty good. It gives you insight on what players are going through, you know, personally, mentally, emotionally.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I want to talk about that later,
Okay.
but yeah, it gets deep, man. It gets deep, and you don't truly know who a person is because we just see the player, right?
Yeah, right.
We just see the player. What's he saying? Um, trying to look up some stuff. Okay, I found it. How you week been, man?
It's been good, bro. I've been out of commission, boy. I had to Sunday I went to a chiropractor.
Ooh, what's going on?
My back was killing me, but I couldn't even walk Sunday.
Really?
Yeah. I don't even know why. It kind of just locked up on me. And I went Sunday and I went Tuesday. And she straightened me out. So I'm feeling a lot better than what I was.
You were saying it was kind of tightening up when we were playing basketball too.
It sounded like it got worse. And she was in there snapping me like a twig. She was tossing my big ass around on that table. I felt some type of way.
You said she was snap you like a twig.
Man, what? She was tossing me all across that little ass table. I felt some type of way. I was like, yo. Yeah, you keep doing me like this. You got to come home because ain't no way you supposed to be doing me like this.
Hey man.
She definitely got me feeling better because my back was killing me.
Hey man, you something else.
Man, I was in bad shape, boy.
He said she's about it. Was she like how big was she? Was she like strong or something? She's big and strong. Or was she?
Nah, I mean she wasn't even like. I mean she a woman for real. Honestly, she was kind of tall, but I ain't gonna say like she was no large woman or like that. She was just typical. I guess just in general, that's just her job. So she just
Yeah.
used to it. You know what I mean? So she used to having to be aggressive and toss people around stuff like that. I was confused.
So are you feeling better?
Yeah, definitely than what I was. Sunday, I ain't gonna tell you that it's so bad. Like I got ready to go to church Sunday and I sat in the car probably 30 minutes before I even drove off because I couldn't sit up straight. And I was like, you know what, bro, I'm finna just go to the chiropractor. Oh, it didn't take me. It took me like all of like 10 minutes to get there. She's asking all these questions. I was like, hey man, when you gonna realign me? We can ask these questions afterwards.
He said, uh
I wish you could have seen her toss my ass across that table. I was like, yo, relax, because I felt some type of way. I felt some type of way when she tossed across that table. It was a skinny table too, old little table.
Oh yeah, those tables are small. They're not. They're not.
Yeah.
They're not. Oh yeah, I've had doing that thing where zoom in and out for
Yeah,
dramatic
bro.
effect.
I'm trying to figure out what's up with that, bro. I hadn't understood that yet.
It's like a movie.
And I'm trying to figure out I'm gonna say something crazy or something like it.
Yeah, zooming in for that dramatic effect. Yes, sir. got to zoom in for the dramatic. Did y'all hoop Saturday?
Yeah, but it wasn't that major. It was like,
Yeah, we ended up celebrating Adira's birthday Saturday.
yeah.
We went strawberry picking. We went strawberry picking, and then we went to go see the Doctor Strange movie.
Was it good, man?
That movie was crazy.
Because I'm gonna be honest with you, I started trying to watch it. Was it Sunday? I think it might have been Sunday, and I fell asleep because I was doped up so much.
That movie crazy. All right, so you haven't watched it all the way through. You fell asleep. When did you fall asleep?
When he went to the lady. When he went to the lady
Wanda?
too. Is that her name? The lady with the bald head. I might be watching the wrong Doctor Strange.
Are you watching the first one?
I don't know. I watched on the Fire Stick, so I don't know if it's the right one or not.
What?
I'm trying to figure out how.
Was the lady in the bald head in like a yellow robe, yellow?
Yeah, yellow robe. Yeah.
A gold type. It
was like gold. Yeah. Because in the beginning, it's the first one.
Yeah, you watching the first one.
Okay, that makes sense. I was watching. I was like, this is kind of weird. This kind of just start off like this, but whatever.
Yeah. So a couple of things before you go see, and I recommend you go see it, the new Doctor Strange movie. There's like 4 things you got to do before you go see it in order to understand the movie. Okay. So, have you watched WandaVision?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
No.
You need to remember these things.
Okay.
Gotta watch WandaVision.
Okay, right there. All right.
Because if you don't watch WandaVision, you're not gonna understand why Wanda pissed off.
Okay.
All right. Gotta watch WandaVision. That's number one. It's very, very important. The second, I mean, you can low-key kind of get away with not watching the first Doctor Strange movie. Because it really does refer to it a lot. So you can kind of get away with it. But WandaVision, you definitely have to watch. The second one is What If? It's like an animated Marvel show. So you got the Fire Stick, so it should be on there. And the third one would be, I want to say, I think, because Spider-Man is not referenced in there. You should be good with those 2 right there.
WandaVision
and What If. Yeah, because that's gonna take up some time. Because those are series. Like, so WandaVision has like 8 episodes, and What If has like 7 or 8. So What If is going to explain the multiverse. WandaVision is going to explain why the hell she's so pissed off. Because the whole movie is really based on her fighting against Doctor Strange. And if you haven't seen WandaVision, you're not gonna know why. Okay. You're just gonna think she just, mad for no reason.
Yeah.
Or with the reason she is mad for, you're really not gonna understand it. So, but yeah, so you gotta watch those 2 things before you go see Doctor Strange. And it was absolutely amazing. So Marvel, I think it's at the end of 2022 or the middle of 2023, they're coming out with Blade.
Yeah.
So me and my coworkers talking about that. We were like, how in the world are they going to introduce Blade? Because Blade was like violent. It was like a lot of killing, blood and stuff like that. If you ever watched the OG Blade movies, for people out there who haven't watched it. And we're like, how's Marvel going to, play this out? And they're introducing little by little more blood and gore in their TV shows and movies. So It started with Moon Knight. Have you seen Moon Knight?
Mm-mm.
So Moon Knight is going to introduce some blood. It's gonna be a bloody TV show. And then the Doctor Strange Road to Multiverse or Multiverse of Madness, whatever it's called, that one got some blood in it. Wanda kills people. Like, it's not the regular, like, oh, we knocked him out, or how when Black Panther killed what's his name, Killmonger, and won't no blood showing, he just stabbed. Like, nah, bro. It's getting up there.
Somebody said Doctor Strange 2 was it was a lot more darker than they seemed than they I guess they originally they felt it was gonna be, and I was like, well, it got to be the change in movie.
Yeah, well, the person who directed it, apparently he's like known for his horror movies.
Okay.
So, but I mean, it.
I mean, as you stated though, you can't watch Blade and not expect,
right,
you know what I mean?
Right.
I'm not gonna watch Blade and he's just out here.
Yeah, and I think what they're doing is they're kind of like seeing how it's going to affect people little by little instead of just coming out with Blade and it just be going crazy. So it's kind of getting people ready for it. I think so because this has been the most, like, you've seen people die through the Marvel universe, but not like this. Not especially not humans. Like aliens is another thing, but humans not like this. Wanda was killing people.
What is Morbius? Is that Marvel?
Yeah, but it's made by Sony. I think Sony owns that. Maybe. I can't remember. I heard it was bad.
Yeah, I heard it wasn't good either. But I guess I was asking because it seemed like it was darker than most Marvel movies, so that's why I was asking.
Yeah. So, but yeah, you gotta watch those couple of things, and then you'll be ready for that Doctor Strange, because that Doctor Strange, man, it was pretty good. It's pretty good. So, one more thing before we get started. Yes, you remember we were talking about when we were in Greensboro, we were talking about. We were me, Tahira, and Jamae ate them edibles, and we was like gone.
Yeah.
So I understand why now. So me and Adira and I was like, let's do some edibles before we go see Doctor Strange. Cool. I got the edibles and I was reading the package, and it said 50 milligrams per piece, those little gummies. So I was like, let me Google something before I eat this edible. Because last time I ate one, there's no way I'm gonna be able to drive home. Like we'd be sitting at the movie theater for the whole night. I'm not driving home. So I read online that 10 milligrams per edible is like good for somebody who doesn't smoke, not a heavy smoker. It's like that's a good starting off. You just want to have like a chill high. And it was like, then the next one's like, if you want to get high, like really high, you go from like 15 to 20 milligrams per piece.
Right.
So I said, let me go upstairs, because I still had the bottle from when we ate at Tahir's house. Bruh. It was 60 milligrams per piece.
Oh man, you said.
Bro, we were eating 3 times the recommended amount. 3 times, bro.
Geeking.
To
the highest point.
Highest point. What's up, Hoss?
Ain't no way.
Yeah, I was telling him he had to watch the What Ifs. He had to watch What If and WandaVision before he goes see Doctor Strange. But yeah.
Ain't no way, bro. I wouldn't survive.
Bro, and I'm telling you, and I was like, no wonder. Like, no wonder you was sitting off there geeking. Like, geeking. Yeah. If you want to be real, it wasn't even really 3 times about it. It was like almost 4, because it said 15 to 20.
Yeah, y'all did 60. Yeah, I'd have still been sitting there to this day.
Had us on a handstand. What's up, Real? Had us on a handstand.
Hey, Real, what's up, boy?
He said he feeling the hat. Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. Till I get like Rio with his hat collection, I'm gonna wear this Duke hat. That's what I gotta do. But let's get started.
I still gotta ask you a question too that you sent me earlier.
What question?
About Nick Wright.
About Nick Wright?
Yeah, the joint you said with Nick Wright. I forgot.
Oh yeah. We about to get on that. I got the picture too to show you. It's a pretty cool picture actually. I think a fan drew it. But yeah. Welcome back, sports fans, to the ugly truth. Don't know why I'm putting my hands up. Is You would think that this is not episode 28, and I don't know how to do an intro. But welcome back, sports fans, to The Ugly Truth, where we tell you what you need to know rather than what you want to hear. And it can get ugly. As always, we have a good one for you tonight. You guys know what time it is. It's time to introduce the one and only God himself, my co-host, one of the best sports minds to ever do it. One of the meanest handlers out there. Hoss was able to witness it a couple weeks ago. Cleanest route runner out of North Carolina. Still waiting on that draft phone call. I'm here with the one and only Rio, the guy. Rio, how you doing, man?
Hey, what's up, bro, man? Hey, Trey, what's happening, man?
Hey, man, I'm doing well.
Good to be home.
Good to be home. I'm heading out Friday, actually.
Damn. Jesus.
Heading out Friday. They doing some installations over the weekend, so I gotta be there for that. But I'll be back. I'm not staying out there the whole week. I'll be back Wednesday. So be back Wednesday.
Saturday, right?
Yeah, I could do that because
I knew you weren't hooping this weekend. I knew that already.
Yeah, Adira gonna be out of town.
Yeah.
She going to New Orleans. Well, you know that, right? Because Daisy going in. She going to New Orleans. And I'm definitely gonna have those couple of days off because I'm working through this weekend.
Yeah.
I'm working through the weekend. So I'm definitely have some couple of days off. So we're gonna get everybody down. Hopefully Terrell can come this time and not flex on us again. Hoss even had 3 weeks to rehab. So we expect for you to be back out there that Saturday coming up there.
I'm telling everybody.
Everybody. I need my face back, bro. Because
I'm telling my cousin them come over too, man. They hoop. So they might come on.
Oh yeah. I'll be good. I'm not gonna roll my ankle on the first fast break. So I'll be good. I wasn't able to play to like my full extent because only thing I can do is really take jump shots. Cause I was like, if I drive to the lane and I step on somebody's foot,
it's over with.
Y'all gonna have to carry me to the hospital.
It's over with.
They drop me off. Don't even worry about me driving.
Don't even come in. Just let me go. Just leave right here. I'll get there.
Oh man, nah, Terrell. I don't want to hear that. Terrell talk about we training now. I don't want to hear that. I reached out to you, Terrell, like almost 2 weeks in advance to ask you if he was hooping. And it gets to the day of. I call you, Taz call you, text you, no answer. This nigga gonna post a thing on his Instagram story on the boat. This nigga at the lake.
Hey, if you want our friend, you could have just said that. You know what I mean? Could have just told us. It's all good. I just set it up real nice. You know, everybody could have used you because you got a lot of energy. You know what I mean? It was down out there. Wheezing.
I'm telling you, I didn't see Rio on none of the defensive fast breaks. I'm like, bro, it was. I don't know who else was next to me. I knew I was running most of the time, but I was like, dang, brother.
Dang. I couldn't breathe. My lungs too bad. I gotta get something for my lungs, bro. You would think I smoke the way I be gasping.
Oh my God, bro. Oh,
you know what's crazy though, but y'all ain't right either to say we're gonna run regulation. Y'all ain't right because y'all know better than that. We ain't hooped in months, and y'all gonna say run regulation.
Oh my God, man! I bought some hooper shoes. I bought some hooper shoes because them Kobe's they beating on my pinky toe, man. They beating on my pinky toe.
Oh yeah, I turned my 10s into hooper shoes. I couldn't do it no more.
Yo, what? I might try out the 11s.
I was listed because the 11s are fine. I think it was just time for I think the 10s just got more room. They just feel like they're more cushioning.
Yeah, and we love you too, bro. We love you too. We expect for you to be out there next Saturday. It is next Saturday. I'm coming.
Matter of fact.
Because
what's the date?
And I'm taking a dear car this time too. I ain't driving my car. It was like $80 to fill that car up.
I know it, bro.
So I'm taking a car. Taking a dearest car.
What's the real number? I'm gonna text you the same time. I'm gonna text you when I get up. Call him to get your ass up, boy.
I was saying send them the dates. All right, how is the 20th? We gonna text everybody. You can text everybody.
Yeah, the 21st.
The 21st. Because listen, listen.
You sleep in the car.
I need my face back. I'm about the rehab is gonna be so crazy. It's gonna be so crazy. I'm ready. I went on. It was like I did 4 miles of jogging yesterday, and I was purposely like paying attention to like cracks in the ground. Cause if I roll my ankle like here on a crack, I'm gonna be mad.
You might need to spat or something. You might need to take
Yeah,
up.
man. I'm telling you, I'm a buy some. I saw those PGs. Somebody posted them on TikTok. They were at the Nike outlet too. So I'm gonna check out the Nike outlet in Chicago. See what they hitting on. They might got some different stuff.
Probably do because I know Medman. They got stuff, but it's kind of real like it's really generic colorways like black.
I got some different stuff. All right, and in Rio, of course, Rio and I would like to thank you guys for tuning in.
Definitely,
and supporting us. We really do appreciate it. We really do thank you all the love. Whether you're watching this live or you watching this later on when we post it, we thank you. We thank you. We thank you. We couldn't say thank you enough to whoever's watching, to everybody and whoever's watching. Whether you're watching at work, at your kid's birthday party, while you're on the toilet, we appreciate you. We thank you. Let's get into some sports. Rio.
Yo.
So earlier today, Nick Wright posted his 12 best players in the league, essentially superstars in the NBA. Very interesting. And I kind of agree because we spoke about this. Well, not with the picks per se, but we spoke about this, I want to say last year or something like that. And we spoke about using the term superstar. Like, everybody throws it around. Like it's they use it too loosely. The superstars are like the best of the best. There's not that many of them. And Nick Wright, first things first, he looks like he's broken down to this basically top 12, right? So I remember I had an argument with somebody. His name Elvin. Shout out to my boy Elvin if you're ever watching. I think we were on the way to the basketball course or something like that. And this is when Isaiah Thomas was with the Celtics.
Yes.
And he was going off. Mm-hmm. And so me and him got into it because he called Isaiah Thomas at that point in time a superstar. And I was like, you got to stop. Like you can't call him a superstar. He was like, are you serious? Isaiah Thomas is not a superstar. I was like, I get it. Right now he's playing spectacular. He's playing spectacular. He's scoring a ton of points, on one of the best teams in the league. But he doesn't have a long enough track record in that season.
Yeah.
Prior to that season. And it was like, you really gonna put him in the top echelon of players, right? Mm-hmm. Because if you want to say he was going crazy that season, you call Jeremy Lin a goddamn superstar because he was going crazy when he was with the Knicks, right? So it was Linsanity. They had a whole term for it, Linsanity. And so I think it's reserved, and I kind of like top 12. I could do top 12, but I'm gonna see if you agree. Let's see. I'm gonna share my screen. I'm gonna share it with the people. Also, so everybody else can see if they haven't seen the picture. Where we at? All right. See my screen, Rio? Brother, man.
I see you, brother. That's it.
That's it? You just see me?
I just see you.
Hold on. Let me try this one more time. All right. There we go. It should be showing.
Mm-hmm.
You see it?
Yeah, I see it now.
All right. So Nick Wright's philosophy on NBA superstars is, I don't know where he came with the number 12, but he has top 12, right? Mm-hmm. Top 12 NBA superstars. And his whole thing is, if you call another person a superstar, you essentially have to kick one person out. Mm-hmm. It's a 12-man club. That's it. No ifs, ands, buts about it. That's it. And I like that. I dig it. I can agree with that. There's a couple people in here that I don't agree with, but we're going to take a look at it and see. So at the bottom, we see the people at the front door. It's called Club Superstar. I think one of his fans drew this up, posted on Twitter, but I'm going to go through and explain to you what we're looking at. At the bottom, we have Anthony Edwards, Ant-Man. He's in the back of the line. And I guess he's too young to get into the club. He's in the back. You got Jimmy B sipping his coffee. That's Trey Young, who I don't think Rio is ever going to let in the club. Mm-hmm. D-Book, Jason Tatum, and we see Anthony Davis getting kicked out the club. He's getting kicked out the Superstar Club. And as a Lakers fan, it hurts to say it,
but it's true.
But I agree.
It's true.
I agree. We see Jason Tatum coming in at the bottom, right? So we got on the second floor, we got Joel Embiid, Steph Curry, Chris Paul, KD on his phone, and then we have Jokic in the MVP room chilling with his two MVPs. It's hilarious. They got my man kind of sad. It's hilarious. Walking up the stairs is Luka Doncic. We got John Morant over there on the left side dancing. Giannis is DJing, which I think they should switch. I think Josh should be DJing for real. Instead of Giannis. LeBron James sitting at the throne, and you have Dame Dollar and Kawhi Leonard over here in the corner. Kind of roped off, I'm guessing, because they're injured. Mm-hmm. That's the whole picture, right? That is Nick Wright's superstar list. He's kicking out Anthony Davis, bringing in Jason Tatum to the superstar list. Rio, what do you think about this?
First of all, the graphic is mad dope.
Oh yeah,
I wish I could do something like this. Secondly, I in a sense agree. If you want to talk about current moments, yeah, I think you have to agree with that. I guess my question would be, so I guess this line right here is the waiting line, right? So I guess before those four guys can get in here, I guess you're kicking out Ant, so you're sending in JT. So JT is now submerged into that realm of what, tier 2?
It looks like it will be. I would think 3? Anthony Davis would be on tier 3.
So it'd be a tier 3. So he's in tier 3.
Oh, let me switch this out. But go ahead.
But I guess that's what it is. But I guess, yeah, that Anthony Edwards thing is kind of weird. It's kind of early. I understand the emergence of him. You know what I mean? But I still think it's kind of early to consider him to be getting that kind of superstar. I think you still can put kind of like Cat there. You can put a couple other names there as well before you put. Surprisingly, with the way Jimmy's been playing, he's not elevated to that second tier level. But I understand though, because those guys on that second level are either champions or body of work is extremely long.
Yeah, so we
champion, 2-time MVP.
Yeah.
Point guard, and then you got JoJo, who's obviously, we know what JoJo is. That's
yeah.
So, yeah, I agree with Nick, man. I agree with Nick. I guess Luka's walking into that. I guess he's walking into that tier of his own. He's walking into that Bron and Kawhi and tier, which is rightfully so. Most people might not like, which is most people might not like it, but I think that's rightfully so.
I think I don't know if the graphic is really pushing on like tier levels. I think that's how he designed it, how he designed the club. So I don't really think it's pushing on tier levels, because if you had to, I think KD would be on that top tier, and you would bring either Dame down or Kawhi down because they haven't played.
Right. So this is pretty much saying this is just getting into the club. These are the guys.
I think this is just the club itself.
Okay.
I don't think it has anything to do with the tiers.
Okay, that's fine. Then I understand that. Then overall, then I said I agree with the graphic a lot, because I think the only thing I would say, and this is not just being biased, I think with the way Jimmy played the last couple of years, I think we have to say he's in that club. Even Devin Booker and Trey Young. I guess in my sense, like, who would you take out? Well,
yeah, that's the thing. Who would you kick out? Right? You got
the two that haven't played.
The two who haven't played. So you're taking out Dame, you're taking out Kawhi, and you're replacing them with.
If you're taking Jason, if you're taking Ant out, I think you have to. If you're taking,
you're replacing them with Book and Trey Young, or Book and Jimmy. I'm
going Book and Jimmy.
Okay, I can agree with that.
Just because of one, in a 3-year span, 4-year span, I guess, right? Jimmy's was in the finals. Book was in the finals. Yeah, I mean, so I mean, if you're just going off recent tier and you're going off what the numbers they're posting, I mean, they're elevating their squads to where they at. Both got number one
Yeah,
seed. You know what I mean? So it's just like I think you have to enter those guys. I think Trey gonna be one of those guys on the waiting list. He is tiered, but I just think it's like he's on the waiting list in my opinion.
yeah, yeah. And I agree because I honestly don't understand why Damian Lillard is in there and not Devin Booker.
Yeah.
That was my only issue.
Yeah.
I see where if you wanted to do that with Kawhi as well,
but I understand the body of work. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I understand the body work. I understand the body work as of recent as well too.
Yeah.
The only thing about Damian Lillard, I know he was playing injured, but at the same time, man, those 27 games he played, and they still had CJ. They were just bad.
Yeah, they were just awful. It was awful, but it was just awful all around. I mean, that's like they were bad. Everybody's bad all across the board.
Yeah, no, they were just playing bad. So I agree with you. I'm replacing Damian Lillard and Kawhi with D-Book and Jimmy B. Anthony Edwards, he's too young. He's 21. I don't think he can get in the club yet. Or he's not even 21. Is he 21 yet?
He got to be 20, turning 21.
I don't think he's old enough to get in the club yet.
How old Melo?
I think LaMelo is 21.
They can't be that far off.
Yeah.
If anything, Ant just turned 21. If anything.
Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, man, the murders of JT, especially how he's been playing as of late and been playing for the past couple years or so. I think it was long overdue. Mm-hmm. But at the same point in time, kicking out Damian Lillard and Kawhi doesn't necessarily mean that they're not high top tier echelon perennial all-stars. Mm-hmm. Right? It's not like we're kicking them down to the bumps, to the stars. Like I still would put them at perennial all-stars, top tier all-stars, right at the top of the list, right? You got that. I think on that list, you would have, of course, AD because he's getting kicked out, and James Harden, right? Bradley Beal, Paul George. So those, I feel like he's kind of in that area now. Mm-hmm. The injury is killing him. Mm-hmm. Kawhi, that is. Dame Lillard, I think, and I think they both return back to superstars.
Yeah.
Once they get back healthy, but that's a big if. It's a big, it's a big what ifs.
First of all, them boys are still 20 years old. I think one birthday is the beginning of August. I think the other one in the birthday is the end of August. So them boys are
both of them still 20?
Yes.
Oh man. Yeah, he's not old enough to get in the club.
Yeah, he ain't old enough. But yeah, I mean, it's always the what if when it comes to injuries, because we know what they become. But I think with the time they had up, I think they'd be fine. I think the problem for me is with the trouble is can they elevate their squad to being where they once were? That's
no. That's why he needs to come to the Lakers.
that's my thing, because I don't see where you can fill the void of CJ. And I guess you're hoping for it in Josh Hart, which we know that's not happening. I think Josh Hart gonna be a 3-and-D player. I don't think he's gonna be the scoring portion that you need. I think they got rid of Norman Powell. I think Norman Powell went to did Norman Powell go to Clippers?
The Norman Powell, I think he was still there.
I thought Norman Powell got traded again.
I can't remember.
I'm just trying to figure out why I feel that way. But I mean, just when you look at that squad in general, I mean, I don't know. Yeah, he's a Clipper. Yeah. They traded him. I forgot why they traded him. I don't know.
Yeah.
Just hoping for, we kind of just with that Clippers squad, we know for a fact that they're probably gonna end up being a top 5 seed, honestly, right? I mean, that's kind of just what we're
a healthy Clippers team, definitely top 5 seed in the West. Because you got the Warriors. The Nuggets should be healthy. They should have Murray back.
Yeah.
And was it Porter Jr.? Right? Michael Porter Jr. Yeah, he'll be back. And then the Grizz. So you have Nuggets, Grizz, Warriors, Clippers. Suns, right? So I can see them being top 5, top 6, depending on how the Lakers and the Mavs are playing that year, right? So yeah, definitely one of the definitely able to make a deep playoff run. They stay healthy the entire year.
Definitely
Easy
would.
team.
I would definitely weed out Dame and Kawhi due to injury, and I would insert Book, and I would definitely insert Jimmy B there if I had to. I'd go ahead and slide Jimmy in front of Trey Young, and we'll go ahead and go from there.
I agree. I agree with you 100%, brother. So let's switch gears. Let's switch gears. Let me bring us back to the screen. Bring us back to the screen. All right. So speaking of, as y'all saw, Nikola Jokic holding those 2 MVP awards. For people who don't know, the Joker has won back-to-back MVPs this past season, stirring up a lot of talking, a lot of controversy. A lot of people think that Nikola Jokic was not deserving to be a back-to-back MVP after his lackluster postseason. So, Rio, I'm here to ask you, did the Joker deserve to win back-to-back MVPs this year? And if not, who'd you would have given it to?
Back, man. That's tough, man. I mean, I understand though that if you're looking at numbers for the regular season, it is a regular season award. You know what I mean, if it's based on the regular season award, I think you have to give the credit to what credit is. Posted 27, 11, and like 8, I think. So I mean, I understand, but it's also due to favoritism, right? Yeah, I mean, like the villain most of the time doesn't win that award, and in this sense, I think JoJo had a high chance of being an MVP because just how he was playing. Like, I think for me, it comes to the point, like, I know people like to look at it for what James Harden was added to the Philadelphia 76ers. But what did James Harden do for the 76ers that they weren't already doing? They didn't need James Harden. They needed him in order to compete, probably for a title. Yeah, maybe. But then again, I still think they could have competed with just JoJo in a sense of, because now you have more production coming from the surrounding cast. But I understand why you wouldn't go. But I think that's what hindered JoJo from winning that award. But I think personally, the scoring championship been one with close to 30 and 11, 30 and 12. And I understand the separation of assists because you're talking about maybe 4 compared to 8 or 3 maybe compared to 8. But I think if I had to choose, I think I would have said JoJo. But I can't say that Nikola didn't deserve it, but I understand that he's also the fan favorite compared to the other two. So that kind of gives it away that if the media loves you, then you're bound to win.
So let's talk about this.
I know you feel some type of way.
I feel some type of way about this because Hall said, "Boo, tomato, 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 tomato." Let's talk about this. Let's talk about this. And one of these podcasts, Halls, when you're available, you need to come in here. You need to defend your boy. You need to defend him because it's kind of not fair. Rio kind of defended him just now, but I'm not on the fence. I'm not no ifs, ands, or buts about it. I'm not none of that. It's blowing my mind that the numbers does speak highly of Jokic. 27, 13, and 7. Right? At the same time, JoJo went 30, 11, and 4. Here's my problem with this. My problem with this is it's another mother loving Steve Nash moment. It is another Steve Nash moment. Let me just inform the peoples. Let me inform the peoples right quick. So you're back-to-back MVP winners, and you might know a couple of them. If the name rings a bell, let me know. You're back-to-back MVP winners in the NBA: Bill Russell, Will Chamberlain, Kareem, Karl Malone, Larry Bird, Magic Johnson, Michael Jordan, Tim Duncan, Steve Nash, LeBron James, Stephen Curry, and Giannis. Out of all those names, there's one that sticks out. It's the mother lover Steve Nash.
Yeah.
So now we have two Steve Nashes, two of them on this all-time great list. Yeah, Hoss, here we go. I am sick because what seed were the Nuggets this year?
7 for 6.
What seed were the Nuggets this year? They were the 6th seed.
6, yeah.
They're the 6th seed, right? When did the award go from the best player on the best team?
We had this conversation.
To the super in-depth analytics player.
We had this conversation not too long ago. It should maybe been some weeks, but we had it.
When did it change? And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying, Hoss, and all the other Jokic and Nuggets fans up there. What I'm not saying is it's not that he was nowhere in the stratosphere. It's not like why was he even on the list? I get why he was on the list. What I don't understand is how the fuck did he win? Because I felt like everybody was saying Joel Embiid deserved it, but we know it's gonna be Jokic. Like, I don't get that.
For the most part,
and we were saying that for months.
Because we knew it's the fan favorite.
And I'm like, that is so insane. That is so insane. That D-Book or Chris Paul wasn't even in the conversation. The best player on the best team, right? If you want to go, let's go top three seeds or even top 4 seeds in the West. You got the Phoenix Suns at 1, Memphis at 2, got Golden State at 3, and then Dallas at 4, right? Then hold on, let me see. MVP.
The race was what? Nikola? I think it was Nikola,
Nikola, Joel, Giannis, and Ja. Right?
And Book was 5th, apparently, right?
Yeah, Book was 5th. So Nikola Jokic, his team was in the 6th seed. Joel Embiid, his team was the 4th seed. Giannis' team was the 3rd seed, and John Morant, his team was the 2nd seed.
How isn't Ja higher on the list in the MVP race?
Now that one, I think it's because it's injured. If he didn't get injured,
well, that's fair, right? Because he played 40 games compared to that's fair.
If he wasn't injured, he would definitely. I feel like he definitely would be at least top 2 in the race.
Well, I guess now we run into the fact of. But we got to look at it from this point too, and there's nothing against LeBron James or anybody who's a LeBron James fan, but LeBron James was high in this race too, and the Lakers team was bottom tier.
Bottom tier, and I'm glad he didn't get top 5. I think towards the middle,
they would have gave it to him.
Towards the middle of the season, it was high. He was like top 3, and then towards the latter part of the season, it kind of started dropping because the Lakers started becoming bad. But that's the thing, though. That he didn't even finish top 5 because the Lakers didn't make the playoffs, but somehow the Joker got it. His team made the playoffs at a 6 seed and got swept.
But see, that's okay. So that's the conversation we had when I think I was asking, because I was trying to figure out how Book isn't in the conversation at posting 26, 5, and 5, right?
Yeah.
I never understood how Book didn't get the knowledge to be an MVP. Like we had to, he was on the outskirts of being top 5. How?
And season 1. I think Chris Paul and Devin Booker are canceling each other out. I think that's what's happening. I think they're canceling each other out and they're not getting the recognition they deserve because they're like, well, you have two. One's a superstar, the other one is a perennial all-star about to be a superstar on your team. Like, you know, but even then, right? Even then, you had when trying to look. If anybody else had,
but this isn't
LeBron James won it in 2011 and 2012. That was on the Heat, right? Or the Cavs?
He was in 11.
That was Heat. Yeah, that was Heat. So it's kind of he had Dwayne Wade on this team and Chris Bosh, right? Still got MVP. I think they're doing Devin Booker a disservice, not even giving him like top 3 voting.
And
Here's my
it was 2000, what was it, 2012?
It was 2011, 12, and then 2012, 13. He won just back to back.
Yeah, because 2010, 11 was Derrick Rose, right?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, it was Derrick Rose.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes. Yeah, 10 to 11 was Derrick Rose.
Okay.
Yeah, 10 to 11. 2010 to 2011. Because LeBron won it 2008 to 9, and then 9 to 10.
Was Kobe, right?
Kobe.
What year Kobe win?
I think Kobe was 7 to 8.
He was 7 to 8. That's right.
Yeah, 7 to 8. And then LeBron was 8 to 9, 9 to 10. Then Derrick Rose was 10 to 11. Then LeBron was 11 to 12, 12 to 13. Yeah. So, yeah, House keeps sending me.
It's going. I can't see this glaring out.
Let me turn down the brightness. House keeps sending me young as Nikola Jokic photos to my phone. I'm about to report him to the FBI because one of these pictures, he was half naked. I'm gonna report to the FBI.
He gonna say
sending me this, sending me these naked child pictures. But yeah, so
that's just sucks.
So your vote would have went to Joel Embiid, which I understand completely. Mine would have went to Giannis.
Yeah.
29, 11, and 5, 6 basically is 5.8 for the regular season. And my vote would have went to Giannis. I don't get me wrong, man. I like the Joker, but the whole thing of robbing people for MVPs because of fan favorites or things of that nature is just killing me, man. It's killing me.
It's no reason to post good numbers. That's what it feels like. It's no reason for your numbers to be good or for you to have a winning record. That's what that's what we're talking about. Like, I don't even want to win. If I can play at the bottom tier and still get an MVP award, then therefore I might as well just play there. I mean, we might as well be subpar and just go. I'm not saying that, like I said, I'm not saying that Nikola isn't worthy, but I think the same breath, like, you can't tell me there isn't other guy that you couldn't have given to JoJo or Giannis. And I understand the thing between Book and Chris Paul, but at the end of the day, they're still winning. And he's 27, 5, and 5. He's first in scoring, second in rebounds, second in assists on his team. And you're telling me that he's not worthy of being a top 5 MVP candidate and not being top 3, and they're number 1 with 60-something plus wins. How is he not an MVP candidate? How?
I don't get it.
30, 11, and 3 can't get you a nod in the East where you didn't have a second counterpart to midway through the season. And then Giannis is obviously being Giannis. So you mean to tell me Nikola Jokic was better than all those guys?
No. Not at all. Not at all. You can't convince me. You cannot convince me right now, if we did a draft pick, all the players in the NBA right now, that majority of the NBA, majority of people are taking Nikola Jokic over everybody else. You can't convince me. I can't say, I'm not going to sit here and say there's no way in hell right now that who they are, not drafting them when they were younger. As of right now, if I had to pick a team and they were all free agents, and I had to choose between Jokic, JoJo, and Giannis, there's no way I'm picking Jokic.
Those two are going before him. And it's only because of their dominance, right?
I'm so sorry.
But okay, look at it from perspective, right? I guess like when it comes to Nikola, like, yes, he carried the Nuggets to being a 6 seed. You're right. We know this. We know they wouldn't have probably been even in the race if he wasn't available. But we have to understand that JoJo and Giannis both teams aren't nearly as good either if neither one of those guys are present. How well are the Sixers without JoJo with no James Harden? Hell, they're subpar with just James Harden.
Subpar.
So
without James Harden, who you're leaning on? Tyrese Maxey
to score 30 a night.
Score 30 a night.
And to bring you above 50 wins, 40 wins. No, you're not saying not in the East is way better than what it used to be.
No.
You just have to, but that fan favorite thing just it sucks, man, because that's how a lot of awards go at this point. The Rudy Gobert, that prime example. Rudy Gobert is a prime example. Why is he defensive player of the year? How is Bam not even in top 4, top 5, top 3?
So the host wanted to know, I think, so the Denver Nuggets this year were 48-34, and the 76ers were 51-31.
$51-31 compared to what? 48 and what?
I was at 48-34. I think it's 3 more wins.
Okay, yeah, right.
So, and JoJo missed games too. JoJo would have played that entire season. They definitely had a higher record.
Sure.
You can't tell me, Hoss, you cannot tell me with a straight face that the Joker is better than Joel Embiid.
Don't you do that shit, Hoss.
You cannot tell me with a straight face that Jokic is better than Joel Embiid. Like right now. You can't. I'm not gonna sit here. I wouldn't even believe you.
So Hoss, you telling me if you need a bucket right now, you're gonna say, Nicole, go give me a bucket over JoJo.
It can't happen. I cry myself to sleep at night.
I'll just respect you because therefore you are a diehard Nikola Joker fan. No, Nikola Jokic fan, honestly.
The Bucks were 51-31. They had the same record as the 76ers. Yeah. So, but yeah, man, it's I can't. It hurts my soul.
I just hate that fan favorite.
It hurts my soul. And then on top of that, I think somebody was like, I think somebody had mentioned that, like the media is the one that's voting for the player, which is understandable because if it was up to the players or the fans, it'd be all types of messed up. Because Trey Young would be number 3.
First of all, fans would just because they like a player, would be it. We would have a lot of people running. It's just like All-Star race. Like
LeBron James would have won MVP the past 8 years.
No, for a fact, straight.
Easy.
Straight. It ain't even like, no, it was like, no. It is by unanimous too, like it's not even close.
So Hall said, I'm gonna tell him to go make a play. He don't need to get a bucket. I'm just saying. But all of them could do that. So, but Giannis can do it, right?
JoJo can make a play. It's just not. I understand the padding in the situation, right? Once again, we fall in love with the glitz and glamour. That's really what it is. But I understand.
Yeah, Hollis, we need you on the next podcast. See you off Wednesday because you need to come defend your mans because this ain't it. It's giving me Rudy Gobert vibes. It's giving me.
I'm telling you,
I'm not saying he's as sorry as Rudy Gobert. I'm not saying Rudy Gobert sorry either. Let's get that straight. But it's giving. Who is voting for Rudy Gobert to get into the All-Star game?
Why does he have 4 nods? Why?
Who keeps voting Nikola Jokic to MVP? Like last year, it could have been Giannis. Maybe it's because I'm a Giannis fan, and
no, we're not doing that.
It's right. I can't. The numbers speak for itself.
Yeah, I understand. At this point, man, it's like, I mean, it's just like we brought up, man. Like, I don't understand. But we're talking about Book not even in the race. I understand the cancellation, man, but still, that doesn't mean shit. That's just fair. That's just making a reason not to give it to somebody, in my opinion. Because if he's posting 27, 5, and 5, on the best team in the NBA, 60 plus wins, and he's first in one category, second in another category, and second in another category, and third in another category. How is he not an MVP?
That's insane. That's insane. And that was the I think that was one of the reasons why I think when Steve Nash won that second MVP, I think it was the second one. The Suns were the first seed in the West.
Yeah, that was the one where he was posting like 18 and 11 or something like that.
Yeah.
Because Kobe.
But even then,
that was he beat Kobe, right?
Yeah. Even then, it was still like, damn. Like that one was like.
But Kobe was a 4 seed. He was a top 4 seed, though, right?
Yeah, I think the Lakers were the 4 seed.
Right. So it's like Nicole, it was a 6 seed. You can't tell me it's not the fan favorite whole thing. Just like you said with the Rudy Gobert thing, we always talk about it, but you state about it all the time. Like Rudy Gobert has what reason to be in an All-Star game? I'd rather watch DeAndre Ayton. And I like DeAndre Ayton, actually.
Plus, I'm tired of it. You gotta come defend him. You gotta come defend him because they messed around and accidentally won the game against Golden State, so they didn't get swept. But still, yeah, I need you to come defend your man. If he's as good as you say he is, he could have won more than one game. Or maybe not, because it looks like Golden State's about to do the same thing to Memphis. I need Golden State to win tonight because House gonna owe me lunch.
Yeah.
House gonna owe me lunch. And House, I do not want to hear, oh, Ja's out, so the bet don't count. Nah, because Ja had 4 games to win more than 1 game. It's the 5th game, House. It's the 5th game, and it's the first game he missing. So the first 4 games, he had a chance to win more than 1 game.
It wouldn't matter.
He had a chance to win more than 1 game. I don't want to hear it. And also, the Grizz went like 20-2 without Ja, so I don't want to hear it.
It's the point cash. Yeah, the cash won't help.
So I don't want to hear if the Golden State wins tonight. Oh, Ja wasn't playing. Ja was injured. I want my lunch. I want you to wine and dine me. When we hoop next Saturday, I want you to take me out, call me beautiful, and hold my hand. Open doors for me. I want you to open doors for me, Hoss.
Hey, we get in your car, Hoss.
Exactly. We get in your car. I need you to open the door for me and hold my hand and call me beautiful when you take me out to lunch Saturday. If Golden State wins tonight. So yeah. We gonna post pictures too on Instagram. I gotta show. Like, I'm not gonna be that type of chick that only posts pictures of the food and don't show who bought the food. Right? I'm gonna show my man who took me out. I'm gonna show.
Boy, you sick.
I'm gonna show who took me out. I need it, Hoss. I need it. So but yeah, I'm gonna hit you up to see if you're available for next week, because I need you to come.
I need this explanation, honestly.
I really do need the explanation. Because what I'm seeing myself is not giving me MVP. Isn't that what the kids say? It doesn't give.
It doesn't give.
It doesn't give. What I'm seeing is not giving me. It's not giving me.
It's not giving me what it need to give. That's
what exactly.
There it is. I feel like, yo, what is that?
Not MVP. It's not.
And it's not, we're not disrespecting Nicole. I just want to understand. I want to understand because at this point, because even when Russ won it, they were a 4th seed, right?
Yeah.
Were the Thunder a 4th seed?
They were a 4th seed, and he posted that triple double.
Yeah. So it's like, at least if he could have been a top 5 seed, I think I would have felt a little better.
I'll say I gotta go by myself. I'm just gonna sit on the bill. House. Just like Cuzzo. Me and Cuzzo made a bet. It was the Eagles versus the Broncos.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
He had to take me out to lunch. Nah, take me out.
Hey, go ahead.
Take me out, man. Yes, sir. But yeah, I just need you to come.
I need the clarification, man.
Are we not disrespecting him, Hoss? We are not disrespecting. I'm not saying I'm not comparing him to Rudy Gobert. I say
no.
The situation of Rudy Gobert getting inside the All-Star games is what's killing me.
Or if it's at a pro am.
Yeah. It's killing me, Hoss. It's killing me. We all know Jokic's stars, galaxies beyond
he's
Rudy Gobert.
Yeah,
I wouldn't take Rudy Gobert over JaVale McGee because I ain't got to pay JaVale McGee much. And they do the same thing.
They do that's the whole point that I think I've been trying to make people.
They do the same thing. I got to pay Rudy Gobert 25 plus million. And I gotta pay JaVale McGee $5.
$205 million to get rebounds and protect the rim and to score off cleanup buckets.
And JaVale McGee, 2-time champion.
He has the experience.
I'm gonna take it. Low key, give me Steven Adams. I'll take Steven Adams.
Hassan Whiteside. They got the same career numbers.
I'm so tired of Rudy. Any Rudy fans out there, I need to post this on my Instagram. If you're a Rudy Gobert fan, we invite you on. Yeah. We invite you on the podcast because you also need to defend. Somebody's a Rudy Gobert fan because he keeps getting voted to the All-Star game.
You need to defend Rudy because I need to know why he keeps getting the nods. And
this whole conversation about if they had to trade a player, who they trade Donovan Mitchell or Rudy Gobert, why is it even a question?
Why is it not? How many Donovan Mitchells are there?
How is that a discussion? We just named 3 other players that can do Rudy Gobert's job.
And you can pay them way less.
Way less. Other players like Donovan Mitchell that could do his job. What you got?
Cornerstones.
You got what? Devin Booker.
That potential cornerstone.
Anthony Edwards. Dame Dollar.
You can't get half these guys.
You can't get half those guys.
Probably more than half. So
stop it.
Like what?
I can't stand Rudy Gobert.
You can't go get Rudy Gobert. I guarantee it's going to be a Rudy Gobert to come out in this draft. If you tell him to go be Rudy Gobert, I guarantee he can go do that.
Hey, listen. We need to make our next 1v1 interesting. I'm gonna purchase a cheap Rudy Gobert jersey. Whoever loses that one, gotta wear it.
Oh, yo, you gonna
play my ass
hard?
I'm playing my ass off.
Somebody playing hard. I am not being caught in that thing, no sir. Not happening.
That's what pull out every him out there, boy.
That's one player I do not, and it's crazy. So I don't know why. I don't know if I don't like him because I don't like him just personally, or just because of like this he gets away with. I think it has to be the second one. Like I think he's probably a solid player, yeah, but yeah. I'm telling you, I'm going way in the Iverson bag.
Oh my god,
big cross.
Hey, so Hoss had a good question. He said, "Who's your favorite non-superstar player right now in the NBA?"
I like that question.
Who's your favorite non-superstar player right now in the NBA? Non-superstar player right now in the NBA.
Can I have more than one?
Yeah, that would be. I let's do 2.
Okay, go ahead, Trey.
Mine would be. Are we doing like? Oh, he said non-star. Shoot. So like a role player. Because I was going to say LaMelo Ball. But he's a star.
Yeah, I was going to say Ant, so I can't say Ant now. Tyler Hero is definitely one. I'm going to tell you right now.
Tyler Hero is a good one. Give me... Give me, if I had to, dang, I'm... going down the damn list. I would have to say okay. I got one. All right. Wait a minute, damn. Is Klay Thompson still a star? He ain't been playing like one.
I think to do the body of work, I think you have to kind of keep him in that realm.
Okay. All right. SGA, is he a star?
No.
Okay.
Because he's not even an all-star yet, but
okay, give me SGA, Victor Oladipo, and Damn, that's tough. Also, you can't use Tyler Hero because he just won 6 Man of the Year.
Okay. Jordan Poole.
That's my third one right there. Jordan Poole. So SGA. Who did I say? Victor Oladipo.
Victor Oladipo.
Let me replace Victor Oladipo with De'Aaron Fox.
I don't like De'Aaron Fox.
Mm.
I take that back. That's bad. I do like De'Aaron Fox. I don't like the Sacramento Kings because they don't win. I take that back. I feel like they just wasted. He wasted 6 years already, so it's just like this point. Maybe check it out. Jordan Poole, non-superstar.
No. Let me replace De'Aaron Fox with DeJounte Murray on the Spurs.
Okay, so that's what I say. If that's the case, then I'm going Jordan Poole, DeJounte Murray, and SGA because I think SGA is on emergence.
Yeah.
Star.
Yeah.
I've heard him. But DeJounte Murray is definitely deserving.
I love DeJounte Murray.
Yeah. I like DeJounte Murray a lot. I think that was my pick for most improved.
Yeah. Yeah. Between either him or Jordan Poole.
Yeah.
Jordan Poole, crazy. Yeah. He nasty. How said Bruce Brown. I like Bruce Brown too.
He's Bruce Brown's a hustler.
I like Bruce Brown. Yeah. I like Bruce Brown. Yeah, I think I like those three right there. That's a tough, like, imagine like 3-on-3.
Oh, you can't check nobody.
SGA, Jordan Poole, and DeJounte Murray. Ooh, that's a tough young three right there.
Yeah, because first of all, DeJounte is a walking triple-double, but he gonna lock you up too.
Oh, he gonna sit in that chair. And SGA is tough on offense.
He's a bucket.
Yeah, and he a slow bucket too at his own speed.
Yeah,
his own speed. Point guard.
6'5" at the 1.
6'5" at the 1. Yeah, he said. So Bruce Brown and Jeremy Grant. Jeremy Grant's a good one too.
I like Jeremy Grant.
I wish we could have got him on the Lakers. I wish we could have got everybody on the Lakers.
He's still in Detroit.
Yeah, he's still in Detroit. We tried to trade him, but it didn't go through.
Yeah, because he was averaging 20. And it's crazy because he ain't got no bag. It ain't no. It's just raw buckets. It's just raw bucks. Like, Sly, he ain't got nothing. Nah,
he ain't got nothing for you. He ain't got nothing for you.
I'm finna get you right. now.
Yeah. So yeah,
like 37. Damn. How you get it? Wow. Talk about hoop mixtape.
Hoop mixtape, boy. Hoop mixtape. Hey, who else we need to invite out there to Greensboro? Oh yeah, Rod didn't come the last time. I'm gonna see.
He called me. He said he was going to be out of town till what did he say? 1st of June, I think he said.
Oh yeah, because he's in training.
Yeah, he said 1st of June.
Yeah, he's in training. Yeah.
So
I definitely need Kez to come back out. I need Kez to come back out. I need Kez.
Yo, words of my mother saying, if y'all do that shit again, bro, y'all gonna
I'm telling you, it's because you know me, Rio. I was so hurt I couldn't play defense. I was
so mad, bro.
I was so hurt, bro. I could not plant my left foot to save my fucking life.
That's my little brother. I love that nigga, bro. But when he play basketball, I'll be like, bro, I know what you're gonna do. And when you kill people and you're not on my team, it makes me aggravated.
Right. I was like,
I know why you couldn't. I was trying to understand why wings couldn't do it. That's what I was trying to understand. Like, we play with kids enough to know understand what he's gonna do, and you still let him do it.
I was so mad, bro. I was so bad. I was mad. I can't wait. I'm looking forward to it, bro. I'm looking forward.
And another thing is too, when he, going to, I didn't want to, like, I would put my hand on the ball, but I didn't want to do it enough because, like, he jumped and then he fall like that. We know, boy. Got to call out.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah. All that PTO I had gone.
It's up and up. It's up and up. Hey, I think he said his last pick was between Ish Smith or Reggie Jackson. I take Reggie Jackson over Ish.
I take Reggie Jackson over Ish Smith. I like Ish though. Ish is a quality backup. PG.
Yeah.
But Reggie Jackson, like, he had that Clippers team running without Kawhi PG.
Yeah.
Reggie Jackson had that team afloat.
Yeah, he was walking that train down.
Yeah, Bobby Schmurder.
Yeah, Bobby Schmurder.
Yeah, it's crazy. With the
Bobby
goggles,
Short.
he didn't dress like a 2K player out there. That boy had the t-shirt on, the sleeve, the goggles, the headband, and both knee pads. Like, slide. Well, you just like pro am.
With the baby twist.
With the baby twist.
With the baby twist.
Oh, yeah. Boy, you look just like, boy.
With the baby twist. Yes, sir.
Yeah. Wish I had 2K. Yes, sir.
Oh, man. I'm looking forward to it, though. I'm looking forward to it. I'm copping some new shoes. The Kobe's I'm gonna have to retire because my pinky toe was killing me.
Yeah,
it was killing me. But yeah, I'm gonna see what the Nike factory got out there in Chicago this week. I head out there, see what they're hitting on.
So I think I want to hit the one in DC. I'm like,
oh, you hitting? Oh, you going up this weekend?
Because they leave out next weekend.
Yeah.
So I won't see it until after she comes back.
I got you.
I really want them Adidas, man. I really want some Adidas. I had to send it to you once I'm talking about.
I want the LaMelos.
But they ain't got no grip, man.
I need that. If I can't stop. Like my brakes is already kind of worn out because of the age. If I can't stop because of the age and the shoes.
Which Pumas did I have? I had the first generation when they first came out Pumas. I can't remember the name. You know which one I'm talking about. I can't remember the name of them.
Was I hooping with you at the time?
Yeah. We was I think Puma Clyde. Is it Puma Clyde? No, that's not Puma Clyde. That's what is the name of it? It's when what you call it, all them signed with Puma. I think the name of it.
I want to try them. I want to try them Lucas though. I ain't gonna lie to you.
They tough.
I ain't gonna lie to you. I also not paying $200 to hoop in no shoe to hoop in his Pumas.
Yeah, they were Clyde. They were Puma Clyde. This something. What they call it? Disruption.
I refuse to pay $200 to hoop in a shoe.
No, yeah, it's not happening.
No, sir. No, sir. I really want to hoop in the PG ones. If only. Because I had to pay $200 to hoop in that shoe too. Because I had to buy a resale.
I just sent you the ones I did have, Pumas.
Did you get those LeBrons?
Not yet, but they're still the same. I probably gonna wait the next week.
Okay.
I know.
LeBron, if his shoe was a tad bit lighter, I would hoop in them. So I've had a couple of LeBrons.
Yeah, them 10's heavy. And I might need it. It might help me. I don't know what it's gonna do, but it might help me.
He said it might help me.
I don't know, but boy. And I ain't gonna hold you. Jordan low key heavy too, depending on what Jordan you hooping in. Like, don't hoop in no 8s.
Nah, and it's crazy because everybody had the agreeing about the Jordan 11s are not comfortable to hoop in. I'm like, damn, they look so comfortable though.
I think it just depends on your feet for real. Like, I got flat feet, so certain shoes I really shouldn't be wearing anyway.
Oh yeah, I got flat feet. That's why the Kobe 10s are perfect for me because they're wide.
Yeah,
Kobe 10s are wide. I need that.
I really want some Adidas though. I don't know why I got this Adidas crazy.
Yeah, I'm gonna check out the Nike outlet when I head out there to Chicago. See what they hitting on. So I have my shoes ready by the time I get back.
I thought about that Trey Young, but I was like, man, them too low.
Oh no, I definitely.
They too low. They down. They below the ball with the ankle.
This shit slippers for real.
Yeah, for a fact. But I'm like, boy, you gotta shoot and you wear ankle braces. Well, Stephen Curry.
This shit slippers for real, boy. Yes, sir. All right. So let's get on to our final subject. I was gonna hit on. I did want to talk about like the OBJ, Jarvis Landry, and Julio Jones not being signed yet. But what I did want to make sure we had a conversation about was the letter to myself by Tyreek Cohen from the Chicago Bears.
Mm-hmm.
If you guys haven't read it, it's definitely worth a read. It's a couple of pages long, to be honest. I would say if you condense this to actual paper, it would probably be like 3-4 pages long. I would say read it because it gives you the insight of a professional athlete and understanding that everything is not glitz and glamour no matter what, right? Everybody doesn't get to be lucky to have that lifestyle of it's seemingly like everything's going their way, even when they make it to the league, right? Even when they make it, this NFL, NBA as well. Because for a lot of, not want to say like a lot of athletes, but for some athletes, right, when they do get to that professional level, I think what intenses the stress and anxiety of it is for some of them, this is it, right? They didn't graduate college, they put all of their focus into ball, whether it's football or basketball. They put all their focus, all their time into playing ball, and that's all you know. And essentially all you can do at that point when you become an adult. I feel like that adds a ton of stress because if you fail, it's like, damn, what am I going to fall back on? Right. And on top of that, you got your family, right? Your family's lives don't just automatically become better. All your family problems don't go away.
Mm-hmm. Because they actually become higher.
Yeah. And Shannon Sharp said that, money doesn't change you. It just magnifies who you are. Mm-hmm. So as a basketball player, a football player, right, you make it to the league. Let's just say, for instance, your brother is in the streets. The money's not going to take him out of the streets. He's just going to be in the streets even more heavy because of the money, right? So, yeah, man, take a read. It's called Letter to Myself by Tyreek Cohen. You can find it on the Players Tribune, but it goes deep, man. It goes deep, and it kind of unfolds into his life of saying that what people see on TV is just a player. Mm. And for some people, it's just a fantasy player, right? Yeah. You never really get to understand who that person is as an individual and understand what their life is. Because on top of that, when I think me and Taz looked into it, like the average lifespan of an NFL player is like 3 years. Not lifespan, the average career. My bad, I didn't mean to say that. Yeah. The average career of NFL players like 3 years. And if you think about it, you have some of those kids who get into the league at like 21, 22. If all they're doing is been playing football, their season ends because of an injury, because of a roster cut, or because of a coach not even liking you, right? That happens.
You don't know anything else, man.
Like, you don't know.
And that's just being even though like I played lower tier college ball, like for a long, and it's just like not to get too off topic, but like even after I finished, I knew my season was over. I even became boggled because for so long I dedicated my entire summer, spring, fall to just football. Like because I had this in my mindset that I was gonna be, I was gonna go overseas and play football this and third. Then when it finally hit that it was all over with, and then I had all these financial problems where now like my car broke down. I got an apartment. Mama need this, pop need this, granny need this, and you got all these things weighing in. Now it's like now you have to make a business decision. You know what I mean? Now you gotta make a decision like, do I take my chances and take my own dreams, or do I have to stay here so my folks don't fall flat on their face, right? So it comes with a lot, and at that level I can't even imagine, because I'm pretty sure it becomes 10 times worse due to the fact that people now that had their hand out, people behind them got their hand out. right?
Yeah.
And now you have to bottle all of those emotions. Like, do you rock with me because you rock with me, or you rock with me because now I got some money, or now because
Yeah.
you see me on TV, you now know I got some money, right? So yeah, I definitely gonna take a spin. I've seen everybody sharing it, but I hadn't had time to read it because I just like, I hadn't just took the time to really say I want to read it. But now that you kind of put it in perspective, just knowing like how I went through my process, and it just mentally took me out, and it even still bothered me till sometime after I got a good job. You know what I mean? Just because like you're so instilled on this is my life. That's the only thing I hate about guys who play sports. Like, I think we all need to understand that. I think and that's a good start, but I think we all need to so I tell people all the time, like my little brothers went through it too, where they had nothing but football. They played football growing up from nonstop. But then when they finally stopped, it was like, what do I do?
Yeah.
Grow up.
Yeah.
You got to find a job, man. Like, it's what you got to do now. Like, I understand that you've known this for so long, but at this one point in time, that shit doesn't last always. It doesn't last always. So
yeah, and he talks about this of him having the responsibility, because when they were growing up, he had two younger brothers. He had a twin and a younger brother. That he was the person who kept them in line, who kept them straight, right? Growing up, when he goes off to play football in Chicago, Shannon Sharp hits on this. He says, if you're not drafted in the first round, like top first round, he's like, a lot of people don't know, like, you're still kind of broke, right? Even after your signing bonus, depending on where you live, depending on who your agent is and what you have to pay off, what debt you have to pay off. He's like, most of the time they're still broke, right? You get this $500,000 signing bonus for Tyreek. I think it was like $600,000. Shannon Sharp kind of went through the same thing. He had to pay his agent I think he had to pay his agent like 15% of that. And then he had to pay some other stuff and then, send money back home. And he was like, after you did all that, he was broke. Right. So he speaks about it, and it's like he goes off to play football in Chicago, and everything back home falls apart in North Carolina because he's not there anymore. Right. And you would think that since he's in the NFL, people are going to be. He talks about it in the story that his little brother got made fun of because they were still home. They were like, your brother's in the NFL, but he left you here. Like, what is this? Still making fun of him because and not understanding. They don't understand that players who get drafted at late, or even in Tyreek's shoes, that they're not given much, right? He said in the thing, like, he couldn't even afford to buy a house in Chicago.
Yeah.
After he finished paying all his stuff, right? And so I'm pretty sure you would want to stay in a nice neighborhood in Chicago. You just don't want to stay anywhere, which is understandable. So a house, I think it's like his signing bonus is like $600,000. A nice house here in Charlotte is $500,000. So I know you can't afford a house out in Chicago.
Yeah, so you lofting. You live in a loft. Apartment.
Yeah. So I know you can't afford a house out there in Chicago. If you especially want to pay it out, like cash out, because that would be the smart thing to do. You would want to go ahead and make sure all your ends are tied. So, but it really does get into it, and that's something that I feel like a lot of people go through, especially like you said in your shoes. You didn't play at a highest level or go professionally, but it was still kind of I guess like a surreal moment. And I really can't speak on it much because I didn't play college sports to the level you played. So I can only imagine that, like, as soon as football is done, it's like, damn, like, what do I do?
I think that's the fear, like, because we always talk about it, and like, I'm gonna be honest with you, like, you already know how I talk. Like, when I talk in general, I talk in the sense of like, man, like, I know it sounds gloomy in a sense, but it's like, I just want to understand, like, we're gonna get through this, blah blah blah. But every time we had a conversation as a senior, I think we always like, coach always used to make us talk to the youth, which, when I say that youth, but I say that, and I also say the underclassmen, and they used to always be like, man, why do you speak like that? I said, man, because at the end of the day, like, this shit is over with when that clock strikes zero on the 11th game. There's nothing else I can do about this unless somebody say, hey, look, I want you to come play overseas. And I have to still work for that because I don't have enough body of work to say that, yeah, I am good, but I'm only good in practice because that's on the film I got, right? So my final year of college, I had a solid season, but in the same breath, like, it wasn't enough to say, all right, yeah, let me get him over here immediately. So when you've been doing this nonstop, You ain't got nothing else. Yeah, you going to school, you going to class, stuff like that, but you still got something that you want to do. And now it's cut to an abrupt stop. There's nothing else you can. I can tell you no lie. I can tell you no lie. I think that final game of the year. I think when the clock strikes 0, because I didn't play much either, and I had a very subpar game because mentally I was in my own head because I knew it was over. I think I can tell you I probably cried. I probably cried from when the clock strikes 0 until I took my entire uniform off. And I sat in the locker room. Probably a half an hour after we finished the game because I was so mentally, I had to process that this was over.
Yeah.
There's no more summer workouts. There's no more spring workouts. All this is over with. So it's tough, man. And I can only imagine in his shoes because, like you stated, like being drafted 3rd, 4th round, $600K, and you get drafted to Chicago, you pay your 15%, you get some money back home.
He probably left with 200 to 300K.
And what do you get out of that in Chicago?
Nothing.
Right? So
nothing.
For a fact he's in a loft. You can probably, and then on top of that, you rent it out. You're not even owning it. You rent it out. So it's like, I guess. But you got to talk about eating. You got to talk about cars. Like, you run into a lot of situations where life is a lot different now. So it's like, I don't think people really understand it. Like you said it before, like people don't understand. You just see the football player. You don't see the background, right? You know what I mean? People got stories for days, man. You see
the football player. You see the money, right? You see the contracts, and you think that just absolves all your problems, right? He even said it when he got his $12 million deal. He called his mom. Like, you don't got to work no more, all this and the third. And his mom had been going through so much back at home. She was like not even mentally all there, right? And even still, right, it doesn't absolve all your problems. It doesn't take away anything, right? It's still, you still have those issues no matter what. And I think only a few players, a few athletes, right? You got that. Of course, you got the small percentage who makes it professionally, but I think you have even a smaller percentage of athletes who have a stable household that they come from, and they're going into another stable household that they're building.
Yeah.
And I think that's that's a small percent of the small percent right there, right? The players who do make it to get those multi-year, $20 million deals, I think the kind of player, the kind of person you have to be to make it that far, man. It opens up your eyes a lot. You kind of never really think about it because in college, my focus in college was to get the degree and to start moving on to the next part. It was always as a college student looking forward into the future, what the next steps are going to be, because this is where I'm going to college for, right? Then for an athlete, it's like I'm going to college for football, but at the same time, I'm a student. But you also got a small percentage of student athletes who can separate the two, who can be like, not only am I going to be the best athlete I can be, I'm also going to be the best student I can be. And that's a small percentage. Like, it's tough. I know I couldn't do it. I know if I went to school for a scholarship on a sport, I'm in that sport 150%.
Yeah. And that's what your dedication is, because it also requires you to be there. Yeah. Like that's what, no matter what level it is, and that's people like, people always say, well, play D3. I said, I'm gonna tell you something. The level of dedication is equivalent. Yeah. You still got to be at 6 a.m. workouts. You still got to go to class. You still got to make sure you do. You still got to realize that you still got to fund yourself in the same breath, because like you just stated, right? Everybody don't come from a stable household, right? Like us, we come from, two different, our folks separated. Yeah. So, I got to get from here. And if I can't get it from there, who got to get it? I got to get it myself. Right. So, a lot of things come into play. Like, bro, I was just in college working 3 jobs. Why? Because I had to get it some way, somehow.
Oh, yeah, me and you both working 2.
Right. You had 2. I had, it's like you talking about adding work study on top of that. Yeah, man, it's a lot going on. Then I got to finish this work, finish this test. It puts you through a lot. And I think a lot of people don't understand that, man, that separation is hard, especially when you got to dedicate, because you're trying to be the best you can be in everything, but it's nearly impossible. It's nearly impossible. Like if you're gonna be good at one, you're gonna be subpar in the other. I'm just gonna be honest with you. It's just how
Yeah.
you gotta. Somebody has to
Yeah.
sacrifice. You
Yeah.
have to.
Yeah, you got those small. I mean, and the percentages of kids who graduate as a student athlete, right? Because you rarely hear about it when it comes to the NFL or NBA, especially because the NBA you're like one and done. 2 years in college you're done, but NFL it's like, oh, not only is he getting drafted, he's graduating with his bachelor's in like architectural, and it's like, what the fuck? Like how?
Like
how?
Andrew Luck. Andrew Luck might have been the one of the most recent, I think, maybe.
Yeah, somebody else. It was
I know James Winston just finished.
It was another player who just got drafted who also graduated with like a degree. And it was a black player too. I can't remember what his name was. He graduated with his degree and also got drafted to the NFL.
That's great.
And it's like that. I mean, you got to think about it, right? It was 3 days of draft picks, and you heard what 2?
Jahan Dotson from Washington.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you heard maybe 2 or 3 stories like that.
Mm-hmm.
All 3 days of
6
drafts.
rounds.
6 rounds. You heard 2 3 stories of kids who graduated with their degree and got drafted. Tough.
Because Jameis just finished. He just walked the stage, and Jameis been out of school 6 years, 5 years.
Yeah.
So it's like, I mean, it's a separation, man. I think a lot of people understand that you got to be like, because when a lot of people read these stories, man, you'll start opening up more. You start understanding like, yeah, this is serious. Like, you know what I mean? People, and I think this is why a lot of players always feel like, people get mad when they see people tweeting like, oh man, this, like, you got to realize, man, these guys are still playing. These guys are still human. They're still human at the end of the day. You can't talk to them the type of way. You don't know what they're going on behind closed doors.
Oh yeah.
They hide a lot of stuff because they have to.
Yeah.
Because it becomes clickbait if they expose it.
It becomes clickbait. You're not able to get the endorsements that you need, right? Nobody, Under Armour or Nike is not giving an endorsement to a player who all the time they coming out with stories from back home where their family's getting in trouble, or you not mentally be able to handle things in your own personal life, right? They're not going to be able to get those things, right? And a lot of teams, a lot of owners really don't care either.
Nah, it's a dictatorship. I mean,
get a hold of your life back home, son, before you get let go. Because if you can't focus on what you need to do here, whether it's football or basketball, you get let go.
I think that's why, like, I get so in tune with I Am Athlete and the Pivot, because you're watching guys who actually understand the mental health aspect. You know what I mean? Like, a lot of times people don't get that. Like, even for us who are the norm, right? We go through it, but I can only imagine what you go through as an athlete because you have such an image to, obtain. Like, you got to be this person,
bro. I could only imagine the amount of pressure every single day. Every single day, like, not only do you have to perform, like, if you're not LeBron James, if you're not Steph Curry or Kevin Durant, or if you get injured the next year, they're still going to offer you the Supermax. They don't care. If you or if you're an NFL player, right? Like Russell Wilson barely played that season and sat out the rest of the season because of injury, but still is going to get guaranteed money.
Yeah.
Right. You not only have to play to your best potential and also keep your image because of your sports, but it's like you hear about it all the time with Tom Brady. You're putting your family second all the time. You have no choice. You have no choice. And low key at this time and at we kind of experience it here at this level because Adira was talking about how, like, I've been traveling a lot lately. I'm like, well, if you want this house next year, it's gotta happen.
It's
gotta happen. Right. And sometimes I wish I could stay at home on the weekends and spend more time, but it's like I kind of have to make that sacrifice here and there of my personal time in order to get where I gotta get to. But that's when you make it to professional sports, it's on a whole other level.
It's on but that's the same thing. I go through it too with that, because it's like I try to get to understand, like I guess with the way we're growing as a company, with us being small and then me growing rapidly within, it's like, it's hard to balance this. It is. It's hard. And I'm trying my best. I don't want everyone to think I don't. So when I come see you and stuff like that, I know I'm tired, but I understand I'm going to give it 110 the best I can. Right. I'm going to give it the best I can. But it's like, if you want to go to where you want to go with these heights, you got to bear with me.
Yeah.
You got to bear with because in the same breath when we understand it was a lot different because I'm coming home to you. You know what I mean? Like I'm coming home to you. If I'm not coming home to you, it's a lot different. I get it. But when the same household, I'm coming home to you. So you don't have to worry about that. But being far away, it's like, I got to get as much as I can get and get as quick as I can get because if we want to make this sustain, get a house, all do the whole 9 week. We gotta sacrifice.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And it's not even like at this point in time, you kind of have like we can go buy a house. But if it's the house you want to get, like if it's the house that you want, not the house that we can settle for, then it's going. I'm gonna have to go. I'm gonna have to spend a lot of time in Chicago at this point in time, right? Yeah. I wasn't, the job and how much money that they're offering is like you got to go travel. You know what? I'm about to go hop on this plane because I'll be back. And I'm gonna do what I got to do. And so it's so much different, right? Because when you're playing sports, it's like weeks. Sometimes months before you spend time with your family, personal time, because like you said, if we tired after we getting back from business trips, like imagine after going on the road, imagine playing football, right? You play 2 road games of just straight up fighting somebody. Like athletes compared to basically after a football game, you feel like you've been in a car crash.
For a fact.
And you just experienced 2 of those, and you're coming back home for 1 home game, and you still got practice, you still got rehab, you still got film, and through all that, you're barely moving, you're barely walking. So and when you at home, all you do is want to sleep.
That's it.
Because
you don't get none on the road.
No,
you don't get none on the road. You don't get no sleep on the road because it's not. It's just I mean, maybe it's just, I don't know, maybe it's the work thing. I mean, it just seems like it's even in the work field, it's like when you're not home, you don't get no rest.
Oh yeah, no, I gotta take melatonin gummies.
Yeah.
When I'm on the road, because I'm not gonna get no sleep.
Nah.
I'm not gonna get no sleep. I'm in a hotel bed. I always accidentally fall asleep with the TV on, so I wake up to info commercials at 2 o'clock in the morning. Right. It's an hour behind, so I'm waking up at 5 o'clock, just staring at the ceiling.
Yeah,
I ain't got to be to work to 2 hours later. I can only imagine if I get sent to the West Coast on my next project, it's gonna tear me all the way. I'm gonna be up. I'm gonna be up at like what? It was 3 hours. I'm gonna be up at like 4 o'clock in the morning,
bro.
Just staring at the ceiling.
It's crazy. You know, my uncle's in California, man. I remember I called him. It was like 10 o'clock here, and I didn't think about it. It was 7 o'clock there. It was on a weekend. He said, "Money, if you ever come here early again," I said, "My bad. I forgot, bro." I forgot, bro. I forgot. I was like, I can only imagine because when he come back here, he's so like, he don't be jet lagged, but they be like, well, why don't you see Uncle in the office? I said, man, you try going from being on a 3-hour schedule that you come out with, it's almost like going to the future.
Right.
You know what I mean, you go into the future in a sense, right? So like I'm back on y'all time and I've been on this time.
Yeah.
Like their work doesn't start to noon for real here. So it's like, here. I mean, yeah. So like their time is totally different, man. It's just like, man, there's no way I could live out West. I don't think I could, man. I don't think I'll ever get adjusted. And then think about why 6 hours. Why 6 hours?
You have to stay. You have to stay. It's funny because when I used to have meetings with Japan, like they're 13 hours.
Yeah.
And one time I had a meeting at 2:30 in the morning here to talk to somebody who was in Sweden because it was like 8 o'clock there, 8 in the morning there.
What?
So like I had to wake up at 2:30 in the morning, hop on a phone call to talk to another project manager who's in Sweden because that's when he had an opening spot because it was like 8:30 in the morning there.
Yeah.
Bro, I was so tired. I was so tired. I was over there trying to talk to him. I was like,
you couldn't wait till noon, big fella?
Bro, because when it's noon here, right, it would be they be getting off work there.
Yeah, they be just getting off work. Yeah.
Yeah, it's close to it. They already clocking out. They gone.
Well, you're gonna have to talk to me then, big fella, because 2:30?
2:30.
I ain't all the way there. I know all my notes would have been scrambled.
Oh, that's why I had the notes set up. I had all my questions and everything I needed answered. I was just reading from my notes, and just typing what I could type. Remember what I could remember. So
2:30.
But if you guys ever get a chance to read it, definitely read it. Letter to Myself, written by Tariq Cohen. It gives you extreme insight on the personal life of an athlete, because a ton of these athletes go through it, ton of them. And, you know, they don't ever speak on it, the mental health side of things, how stressful life is, the anxiety, right? He was talking about how when he got injured, and I was it was crazy. I was like, why hasn't he been signed yet?
The injury.
But I thought it was just a torn ACL. In the story, he talks about his whole knee fell apart, basically. And it's like, damn, like, that shit sucks.
Because he felt a physical, I think. I think he felt a physical or something like that. And that's how I found out.
Yeah, with the Bears.
Yeah.
That's why they released him.
That's what, yeah. That's how I found, because I thought it was just ACL tear too.
Nah, I think he broke like broke a bone in there and towards MCL and ACL.
And he's a running back, so in the sense of he almost becomes damaged goods.
Oh, and a small running back at that.
Yeah.
So it's not only damaged goods, but it's also, I don't know how much money they have to pay him because of whatever he's guaranteed from Chicago. But still, it's kind of like, damn, you know, what's next? And that's I mean,
that's the scary part.
Only a handful of people come back from that type of injury.
Yeah. At the end of the day, man, you just got to take whatever's given. It's almost like you got to take it on a prove-it deal. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, it's like, if the Jets offer you this amount of money, I ain't going to be picky about it. I'm just going to be cold. You know what I mean? Like, it sucks, man.
Exactly. Next episode, we'll get Hoss on here. He's going to defend Nikola Jokic. We also want to talk about next episode, this damn contract Tom Brady got.
At 10 years, 375 million.
Fox Sport. He walking. You know what somebody said, and I believe it. Somebody said, hey, Tom Brady look like his family. Tom Brady leaving work and going right back to work. He's leaving work and going right back to work. He does not fuck with Giselle. He does not fuck with them seriously. He's leaving work and going right back to work.
I ain't gonna lie to you, man. They don't me 10 years, 75 million. I'd have put the football down today.
Oh, today.
I wouldn't have. You wouldn't have asked me.
I would have been sitting there. In the booth with my pads on.
What? Yeah, figure it out, Bruce. Yeah, I'm done.
Oh yeah, no, I like not even put the football. I'm gonna finish my last year, right? The last game, Rio, as soon as we enter the fourth quarter,
as soon as you walk in the booth.
With the pads on. I still got the helmet on. I'm ready to start my job. I'm ready to
10 years, 375.
You said how much? First of all,
I'm
ready to start my job.
What time? But Tom Brady 42 now, right? 44? No, he's 44.
Yeah, he's 44.
So he got a deal to be 60.
I'm ready to start my job.
Right.
Got the helmet on.
Man, you talking about somebody still sweating.
Still funky as ever. I done played a full game of football. Full game. Funky as ever. I done slipped and slid through the prediction because I still got my cleats on. I ain't getting no traction. I done fell and knocked over a camera.
Dirt all in here. Yes, sir.
Dirt all in there. Don't worry about it. I can replace that camera. You saw how much my contract was? I can replace that camera. Don't worry about it.
Put it on tab.
Bad to you, Bruce. Hey, Trey, you know you can take off your helmet. I'm working. No, sir. Got the helmet on. Got the visor. Dark visor.
And it's still strapped. Fuck with all the way up. Yes, sir.
And it's still strapped. Now I'm knocking two birds with one stone. I'm doing the what do they call it when the post game interview and the analysis.
You're gonna do the analysis.
Yeah, and Trey, it seems you were able to connect with Gio on those last 5 passes. What did the defense show you in order for you to expose it? Let me tell you something, Susie. Let me break it down to you play by play. Not only was the defense playing man coverage, so we knew where to go to, how to get there, but if you pull it up on the screen behind me, you can see the defense. Oh yeah.
Hey man, I'm with you though. I'm all the way with you. I'd have been in the booth.
Hey, speaking of this, one last thing. You know my favorite commercial is now by athlete. First of all, AT&T got the commercials down pat because that one with Matthew Stafford is hilarious.
I haven't seen it. I seen the one with Melo.
But the one with the Melo Ball is my favorite one.
Yeah, that's my favorite one. Him and LeVar.
Yeah,
that's a fact.
He said, "I'm gonna put in that work." He's like, "LaMelo, you already rookie of the year." He's like, "No, employee of the
Boy,
week.
month.
He
And
was
nigga
like,
so said,
said, "Ain't nothing my son can't do."
that's a fact. That's my favorite commercial, bro. No lie.
The first time I saw that when LeVar Ball came out there, it was like, there he is, and nothing my son can't do.
Yo, I aspire to be a father like this, yo. Like LeVar and Ja Daddy. Yeah.
Oh, let me tell you something, Rio. Let me tell you something. I'm gonna tell you
I'm
something right now. Tell you something right now. When God is, if He blesses me with a son or a daughter that's playing any type of sport, I don't care what it is.
I don't care.
What you want to do is you want to have a sport that don't have any referees, right? If they swim, that's the perfect sport. Ain't no referees, right? Mm-hmm. But let them play basketball, lacrosse, right? You want them to play track, no referees, right? Let them play a sport with a referee. I already know what I'm doing. I'm getting $20 bill. I'm getting all singles. And I'm throwing money at the ref. Can I buy a foul? I'm getting kicked out.
Yo, you know what's crazy, bro? When I had my birthday party, my little cousin, she went to Delaware. She played basketball. And she like 6'1", 6'2". And like my uncle, her dad, yo, we be in the gym. I went to I think it was like one of her last games. They had it packed out. Bro, you can hear Uncle Mike over everybody in this gym hollering at the ref. And I'm like, so I'm standing on the wall. He's sitting right here. And I'm like, I'm telling you, bro, it's packed out in here. And I'm like, why do I hear my uncle over everybody in this jump? He's steady hollering. I'm like, hey, yo, son, I know for a fact I'm going to be worse. Because I'm going to be 10 times worse.
Me.
And I ain't even like no emotional person, but I know like when it comes to stuff like this, I know for a fact it's like it's gonna be times worse.
Bro, I got so many stories of my mom. Like when the first time I was ever wrestling for states, and it was the first round, I'm pinning the dude, and I can hear my mom. I can hear her, Rio. I can hear my mom screaming. And I'm like, how can I hear her? How is she so close? And I look up. And she's on the mat. She made her way through the stands and she's on the mat. The referee had to walk her back to the stands. He's like, man, you can't be down here.
Shout out to Mama, huh?
Right. And still, as the referee's pulling her back, she gets away from the referee and we do a chest bump. And then that's when she walks off. Bro.
Shout out to Mama B, huh?
Bro.
My parents too cool. My parents is too cool, bro.
I never forget. I was playing little league basketball. I was like in middle school, and we was playing in like some tournament. And so, bro, that's not an original idea, bro. I'm over there at the foul line, like I'm at their foul line, I'm like on the line giving the rebound. I look over, and like two women getting kicked out. I was like, hey, that's my mom. Bruh. She done threw money at the ref asking to buy a foul. Money at the ref at a little league basketball
little league game.
Threw money at the back of the ref's head asking could they buy a foul. Her and her friend. They got kicked out. They didn't have to watch the basketball game from the window in the parking lot because they couldn't be inside the stadium.
That's funny. That's real love. Man.
That's gonna be me.
Oh, for a fact.
That's gonna be me. And boy, don't worry about it. Let me tell you something.
I want a little girl. I ain't gonna tell I want a little girl, but the only thing I fear is like she plays sports. I'm gonna be so overprotective. It's gonna be so bad. It's gonna be so bad.
Oh yeah,
it's gonna be so bad. Especially she hoop. Oh my god, it's gonna be so bad.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be. I'm gonna love it. All right, my brother. It was
brother, good. Man. Be good, man. Safe travels, man.
Yes, sir. I appreciate it. I'll be back Wednesday in time for the next show. And then
because Celtics just lost.
Ain't no way.
Yeah, they just lost.
They was up by 15 in the fourth with 10 minutes left.
Yeah, Bobby Portis clutched it out somehow.
Bro, they were up by 15 with 10 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Damn. And you know what they say? They say whoever win game 5, that's pretty much it. Because they got to go back. They got to go back to Milwaukee.
Yeah. Yeah. We got to go back. We got to go to Philly.
But y'all got that, dude.
Yeah, but we know we won that much needed game.
Yeah. But y'all series has definitely been a home game series, though. Y'all definitely been showing out. Whoever's at home definitely been showing out. So, but yeah, so what's the 21st? Bet. Make sure I tell everybody. Make sure I got my shoes by then, rehabbed up.
I'm gonna post it all next week.
Yes, sir. We bring the whole crew again.
Yeah, I'm gonna post it all next week. I'm gonna go ahead and tell everybody if you ain't there, be square. It's happening.
Yes, sir. The whole crew again. I need it. I need it.
I'm finna go stretch right now.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right, Mo, but be good, dog.
All right, but the funniest thing is when we end these podcasts, you be going so fast.
Bro, you know what's crazy is I don't do nothing but press the button, bro.
You be like, all right, be good. Bloop, bloop.
Why so delayed? Because I be waiting till you say something.
Oh, nah, it's just hilarious.
Oh,
if you go back and check like the last 8 episodes and you go all the way to the end, your exit is so quick. And I'm just left looking at the screen like, all right. All right, man.
All right, bro.
I'm gonna catch you later.
Yes, sir. Be safe, buddy. We appreciate y'all.
All right, yes, sir. Always. We appreciate everybody who stayed to watch, who's gonna watch later.
Yeah.
All right, man. See, it's fast. It's fast. It's quick. I think I gotta hit the button twice.